Hello everyone, welcome to the Solo Gaming Spotlight. Today's video I am going to let you know whether or not I liked the Mistborn deck building game, which I've got 6 plays in now, or the Mistborn book better. Now, if you're unfamiliar with Mistborn, let me just give you a quick backdrop on it. Mistborn is a universe where the Lord Ruler has reigned supreme for 1,000 years, and the people of Mistborn are really broken down into 2 different classes of people. You have the oppressed Ska, who are really slaves, and then you have the powerful nobility class. And the story focuses on Vin, who is a young street thief, and she has these allomantic powers. And this is the cool thing about the book and the game, is this unique magic system that's involved, where the characters are able to consume different metals and use them to burn them inside their bodies to do these different cool feats, like enhance their speed, their strength, the ability to manipulate people's emotions, the ability to really use metal to push and pull effects on it, where they're able to push away and jump into the air or pull towards some sort of metal anchor, and gives them sort of really the ability to fly with this push-pull effect. And so the story focuses on Vin finding out that she has this power. She just always thought she was lucky until she meets Kelsier, another character who is broken out of this prison. He's the only person that's ever broken out that he had been in. And so he teaches her how to use her allomantic powers, and over the course of the book, she gets stronger and stronger with these powers. And his main goal is to start a rebellion and have all these oppressed Ska rise up and fight against the Lord Ruler. And that's as much as I'll go into the plot of it, but that's the gist of the book. There's a whole lot of other things going on, and different stories. First thing I'll go is the book itself. Where do I stand on the book? So I think the book is above average. I'm not a super Sanderson fan in the way of, oh my goodness, it's the greatest book ever. It's got a really cool magic system that's completely unique and innovative, which is much appreciated. And it goes into detail in the books on how the magic system works, and the burning and flaring the things as Vin trains and learns it. So do you as you read the book. I feel like if I would have read this book when I was a teenager, because I think it's geared more towards a younger audience, I might have a better appreciation for it, and it might be higher up on my thing, but I would give it about 3.7 stars out of 5 in the book world. The game itself does capture the coolest thing about the game is these metal powers. You have the different metals in the game, and as you purchase the cards from the market, because it's a deck building game, it's typical of any other deck building game. You start with a set amount of cards. On your turn, you play cards, you buy more, you put them in your discard pile. When it runs out, you shuffle them in, and now they become part of your deck. And you go through. In the meantime, you're trying to fight the Lord Ruler, who is damn near invincible. I played 6 games. I haven't beaten him yet, which is very true to the book, as the Lord Ruler is, he's reigned for 1,000 years for a reason. And I really like the cool aspect of using your metal to fire up the different powers on your cards. As the game goes, every round you're slowly gaining the ability to burn more metals. As you go across the training track, you'll be able to burn more than one metal a turn, and then you'll be unlocking, training, sort of like going to level 1 to level 2 to level 3, which unlocks a different special ability on your character. Cool stuff. I enjoy that aspect of it. You can also, if you only have, say, 2 metals you can burn, you can always flare a metal by flipping it over to its other side, and then the only way that you can refresh it, you can't use it until you refresh it, and you have to really discard a card of that type of metal to be able to refresh it. I already gave you my feeling on the book. It's about 3.7. The game, I enjoy the game more because I am more of a person that just enjoys playing games and likes the active gameplay of things and like thinking, the different thing. Later on in the game, you're going to have a handful of cards that you've purchased, and you'll have multiple different cards. Maybe you only have one of these to use, but you have 3 different cards where you can spend one of your other cards to pay for the fire up ability on the other card, which gives you that decision-making process that I really love in games. Which one of these cards do I really want to use more? And that's an enjoyable aspect of a game for me, where I have multi-use cards and I get to decide sometimes, just like in Marvel Champions, which card am I going to burn, even though I want to play them all? Which one do I want to burn to pay for a different one, which is more important? Which one am I prioritizing this turn? That's what I love about games. And so, for me, I enjoy the game more. I'm not a person who's ever read a book a second time. The only time I was ever going to do that was I was going to read The Hobbit to my son, but he just wasn't interested in that. But I've never even gone back and read The Hobbit a second time, or Lord of the Rings, or any other book, period, in my life. That being said, that's where I stand on it. I enjoy the game more than the book. It might just be my personal preference. Again, I rate the book a 3.7 out of 5. For Board Game Geek, I don't have a rating on the game yet because I want to get more gameplay in of the game before I give it a thing. Right now, it's landing somewhere in the 7s, but I'm going to need a couple, probably about 10 more gameplays of the game to give it a solid rating of where I stand on it. But I like the game better than the book. That's my final thoughts on it. I'll catch you next video. I'll be doing a playthrough of this on the channel very soon, so if you're interested in that and you're not already subscribed, hit the subscribe button and hit the bell notification so you know when that video drops. Until next time.